mathematicians, we see one problem from linear algebra. So this problem is an important problem in the sense from this problem we can understand that how much it is important to know examples of many matrices. Okay, so basically if you know examples of many different types of matrices, this problem is straightforward. Okay, so let's see. This problem is about the connection between determinant and rank. Uh, Let me phrase the question. So let D be a non-zero n by n real matrix with n greater than or equal to 2. Okay, so whenever they are giving such a uh, assumptions, so mark it down. N is greater than or equal to 2. Then which of the following implication is valid? Okay, good. So if determinant of D equal to 0, then rank of D equal to 0. It means that if D is singular transformation. Singular means determinant of D is 0. If D is singular, then rank of D equal to 0. Maybe we'll go one option after the other. So first we see the solution to the first option. So what is the connection between determinant being 0 and the rank of the matrix? That is a question. So by definition, determinant equal to 0 if and only if 0 is an eigenvalue of D. Why? Determinant is the product of the eigenvalues, right? So if the product has to be 0, if one of the number has to be 0. So determinant equal to 0 if and only if 0 is an eigenvalue. So 0 is an eigenvalue means what? You can find the eigenvector x not equal to 0 such that dx equal to 0 times x. But 0 times x equal to 0, so we get this condition. 0 is an eigenvalue if and only if there exists a vector x not equal to 0 such that dx equal to 0. Okay, so what is the meaning? This x is a non-zero vector belongs to the kernel of D. So we get the kernel of D is not equal to singleton 0. Okay, now the dimension of the kernel, sorry, there is a correction, greater than equal to. So dimension of the kernel is what we call nullity of the linear transformation D. Okay, now here we are saying that kernel of D is not equal to singleton 0. Okay, therefore dimension of the kernel cannot be 0. So dimension of the kernel has to be at least 1. Okay, so we get nullity of D at least 1. Now we come to the rank nullity theorem. So now D is a n by n matrix. So basically it is a linear transformation from R power n to R power n. Then by rank nullity theorem, this n is equal to nullity of T plus rank of T. Okay. Now if this number is greater than or equal to 1, this number is at least 1, then this number should be strictly less than n. Okay, okay, because if this number is n, then this has to be 0. But now this number is at least 1. That means that this number can be at most n minus 1. So we get rank of D strictly less than n. So the only condition is rank of D equal to 0 if and only if rank of D is strictly less than n. Okay, we don't need to have rank of D equal to 0. Rank of D equal to determinant of D equal to 0 implies that rank of D strictly less than n. Only that much we can say. But rank of D equal to 0 is not necessarily true. So from this we conclude that first option is false. But again, the same thing can be seen by an example also. See, we want an example of a matrix whose determinant is 0, but whose rank is not equal to 0. Okay. But rank T equal to 0 means that D is a 0 matrix. Basically, they are saying that if determinant of D equal to 0, then the matrix D itself has to be 0. But so you can take any non-singular matrix, any non-zero matrix D whose determinant is 0, that can be used as an example. For example, you take this matrix D. Okay, so clearly this matrix has determinant 0 because there is a column and there is a row of 0 vectors. Okay, so whenever a row or a column is become 0, then such matrix have determinant 0, but rank of this matrix is 2. Okay, because you can find the 2 by 2 non-vanishing minor. Okay, the highest order non-vanishing minor is 2 by 2, therefore rank is 2. Okay, or this matrix I think rank of this matrix 2 is clear. The dimension of the column space of D is 2, therefore rank of D is 2. Therefore, rank of D is not equal to 0. So, first option is wrong. So, you could have easily eliminated this option by just putting some examples. So, next option, determinant of D is 1, then rank of D is not equal to 1. In this option, we need to use this condition that n is greater than or equal to 2. That is why I said you have to mark such assumptions in the questions. So, let's see why. Now, I'm going to rewrite the same things again, but in a slightly different way. So, determinant of D is not equal to 0 if and only if 0 is not an eigenvalue of D. Okay. So, if and only if 0 is not an eigenvalue means you cannot find a x not equal to 0 such that dx equal to 0. Okay. Whenever there is a x not equal to 0 such that dx equal to 0, that means that 0 is an eigenvalue. Therefore, since 0 is not an eigenvalue, you cannot find a non-zero x such that dx equal to 0. That means that kernel of D has to be just a singleton 0. Kernel of D equals singleton 0 means nullity of D is 0. If nullity of D is 0, then the rank of D has to be n. Okay, so we conclude that determinant of D not equal to 0 if and only if rank of D equal to n. Okay, this is called a full rank. Okay, if a n by n matrix has rank n, it is said to have full rank. Okay, so we conclude that not just one. If determinant of D is not equal to 0, any number, then its rank will always be equal to n. Okay. Therefore, therefore we con if therefore we get rank of D equal to n. Okay, so if rank of D, sorry, if determinant of D equal to 1 implies that rank of D equal to n, but since n greater than or equal to 2, this n is greater than or equal to 2, therefore rank of D not equal to 1 is correct. Okay, so this option is correct. Now again, remaining two options, you can find a simple example of matrices for which this is true. Maybe you can pause the video here and try to find the example of two matrices satisfying this condition but not this condition but not this condition. So to eliminate options 3 and 4, I have given I have given some examples. You can compare your examples with my examples. So they are saying if rank of D equal to 1, then determinant of D is not equal to 0. But we just saw that. Okay, we can have a look at the example. So you look at this matrix. Okay, this matrix has rank 1. Okay, but determinant of this matrix is 0. Okay, you can just consider this matrix 1 0 0 0. So rank D is 1, but determinant of D is 0. So for that matrix, this example is false. So here in the last option, they are saying that if rank of D is n, that means that matrix D has full rank. Then they are saying that determinant of D is not equal to 1. I mean, yeah, if a matrix has a full rank, it can definitely have determinant 1. Okay, because rank D equal to n if and only if determinant of D not equal to 0. That's what we know. Okay, not equal to 1 need not be the case. For example, you can just consider the very simple identity matrix. Okay, so if you look at the, so this is an invertible matrix, and if you look at the dimension of the column space, it will be 3. So the rank of this matrix is 3 and the determinant is 1. Okay, so with a very simple matrix examples, we can eliminate all the options. Okay, okay, so I hope understand the connection between determinant and the rank. That is the main essence of this problem. If you have some doubts, please let me know. If you like my videos, please like and share with your friends and subscribe to my channel for more videos. Okay guys, take care. I'll meet you with a different problem.